Welcome to another video, and today is really a special occasion because we have this fantastic Aston Martin Vantage AMR. And it's special because it's our very first press car. So thank you so much to Aston Martin, the man standing behind the camera. Thank you so much for giving us this car. We really appreciate that. And it is a phenomenal car, I have to tell you, in this intense blue. Stunning, stunning color. So nice in Germany to see a car that's not white or black. This extremely aggressive front grille. Love the mesh look, surrounded by carbon fiber, really big and aggressive. And then of course also these slants with a black mesh grille. I'm not too sure about the headlights. From certain angles they look really good, and from certain angles it's almost like they appear a little bit low down, or they like a little bit small. I can't really put my finger on it. It reminds me a bit of the Mazda Miata. The rest of the car looks stunning. Got this carbon fiber insert over here, the air escaping from there, dealing with that. Carbon fiber side skirt, really a big piece this, and I think it just makes this car look so nice and aggressive. Carbon fiber mirror cap. It's got carbon fiber roof, and it's not a flat surface one. You got these curves in here. This car's got carbon ceramic brakes, which is almost a must for any supercar, and it's lovely to see this car kitted out with such awesome brakes. If I had this car, I probably would have wanted it to be just a little bit lower, hug the road just a little bit more, but for a standard model, I think this is a really great ride height already. Press that in, handle comes out. Love that, because when it's closed, it's flush. The door handle is the same body color as the rest of the car, and the doors, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, they kind of open in an upward fashion. Look at that. I actually need to take you guys with me on this one. 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 engine. This obviously being a collaboration between Aston Martin and Mercedes AMG. A phenomenal power plant for a rear-wheel drive car only. This is really where the party starts, at the back of the car. It's my favorite part. I could just stare at it for hours. Almost like the spoiler's been integrated into the boot lid. Love the infinity light that just curves right throughout there. Then the rear of the car looks so sexy. It's sort of bathed in this carbon fiber arrangement, including the diffuser, and so sexy that the fins at the bottom of the diffuser are actually in the same intense blue color as the rest of the car. That looks really, really sexy. You've got some of this mesh happening on this side, and then the tailpipes, which in my opinion are just a little bit too small. I would have loved it, they would have been just a little bit bigger, diameter would be a little bit bigger. I think more interesting than the look of the tailpipes is actually what they sound like. Without further ado, let's get into this car and go and have a drive. Oh, the guy from Aston is still in there. Whoa. The surge is incredible. Yes, nice to drive manual again. And that noise. Oh, well done to the team at Aston for giving us this AMR with a manual gearbox. Now, for most of us today, things have been optimized in such a way that you press a button, some algorithm does its thing, and you get delivered a product of success. But hats down to Aston Martin for just throwing that rulebook right out the window with this car. I applaud you guys, not just for giving us a manual, but also for giving us it in this dogleg configuration. I mean, this thing is gonna make James Bond work for his money. Now, this car weighs nearly 1.5 tons, roughly. That still makes it 100 kilograms lighter than the conventional model, the auto model, and that's mostly due to this gearbox over here. I think it saves about 70 kilograms of weight, which is a very good thing. They've also given the AMR slightly less torque, and the reason for that is that if you would keep all the power and the torque the same, or even give you more than that, they would have to upgrade the components to actually be able to deal with that, and that again would just make it heavier. So this is the best compilation of this car. Got to get a little bit used to this gearbox, but it feels fantastic. Now, the 4-litre twin turbocharged V8 engine from AMG up front is not in a single model at Mercedes combined with a manual gearbox. This is the only version where that engine meets a manual gearbox. The car has a fantastic balance, nearly 50-50 front and rear, which is also why it's so exciting at the back. Bloody heck. That is quick, but it's also a lovely feeling. We got here in the back. Mercedes. Hey, that's Mickey! That's Mickey! I'm not going to catch him now. Now, there are 3 different driving modes. You've got Sport, Sport Plus, and then Track mode. And in Track mode, it'll give you a red instrumentation panel. It's telling you that things are about to get serious. And of course, the exhaust will give you all the bangs and whistles, snap, crackles and pops. They got it right with this exhaust, really, for a turbocharged engine. Really, really good. Whoa. She is nice and alive, and on these wet roads, quite playful at the back. Really cool just to feel how you need to get your hands back on the steering wheel as soon as possible after shifting, because she gets quite busy. Now, of course, we seated in here in a bathtub of leather. It looks really good in here. Love the center console with the mixture of carbon fiber and leather, and then of course having the stitching done all over this car in the same color stitching as the car, that intense blue color. It's just so nice, but it's different and not so conventional to all the other ones. And another thing one has to say, that the stitching in this car with the leather is all been done by hand. It's not a machine that did it with robotics and that algorithm we were talking about. It was done by a person. And when you're talking about supercars and crazy cars with crazy speeds and costing a lot of money, then I think that's special to know that somebody sat and worked on the stitching on this seat, on that door, on this dash. Very nice. The world is full of reviews about this car, condoning the fact that it's quite brutal. But then it's almost like there is a handful that's saying, well, you know, it's sort of lacked that driver's finesse and whatnot because it's manual and the gearbox and this and that. I don't think Aston Martin was really caring about that when they made this car. If you want an automatic, then buy an automatic. But this is sublime because it engages the driver. And every car that does that, in my opinion, can't really fault that. The more you drive it, the more it's actually going to drive you. The more you're going to get into this notion of understanding exactly how it's behaving. And there's not really much else to fault about it. Aston Martin, well done. You guys on YouTube, if you haven't yet, then feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video, drop us some comments down below what you thought, and let us know what else you would like to see us driving on this channel. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Novitec Group, or me personally at Beyond the Clock. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, hasta la vista.